Houston. I'm here tonight. Hi, I'm here tonight with Mr. Bobby Joe Champion. My name is Kimberly Robinson. I am with GMSNewsChannel.com. I'm representing Grace Media Services. Mr. Champion here is going to give us some encouraging words to the community about why you should vote.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to talk about the importance of voting. Voting is an important exercise. Do you not know that voting is a right and not a privilege? And that people bled and died for that right to be exercised by our community in order to get them out to vote. Even women, when you think in terms of the Emancipation Proclamation, which was done in 1863, did not make African Americans citizens. There's a well-known Dred Scott case that occurred that clearly talked about the notion of citizenship. It wasn't until 1868, if my memory serves me correctly, where there was the adoption of the 14th Amendment. And Section 2 of the 14th Amendment only allowed for men to vote and not women. And it wasn't until the adoption of the 15th Amendment that allowed for women to vote as well, and for all to be able to write, for all to be able to vote, let me say. After the adoption of the 15th Amendment, there were many different strategies that people used in order to prevent you from voting. There was the poll tax. There were other exercises that people were put through in order to impede their right or their enthusiasm to vote. But the people were still fired up, and they were fired up, and they made sure that through their blood, sweat, and tears, they created a clear pathway for all to be able to vote. So now is your time to continue to exercise the right to vote, and we have some serious things to vote about. Even the notion of whether you have to produce an ID in order to vote. You need to get there to the polls and vote, and make sure that your voice is heard, because every vote counts. I told some folks earlier today that Al Franken, our great senator, was elected by roughly 312 votes. Imagine this. Imagine if people had to produce an ID and it would impede our seniors and our college students and our young people from being able to vote. It will turn elections. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to get out there. November 6th, 2012 is when we need to go and elect our president, other congressional leaders, our state leaders as well, and to deal with the constitutional amendments. And your voice will decide who will lead our country and what direction you want our country to go in. And so I want you to remember that we need to be a part of the solution and not a part of the problem. And being a part of the solution means that we need to exercise our right to vote and make sure that we get great officials in respective elective offices to represent our interests. So thank you so very much, and I hope that I didn't bore you, because your right to vote is very important.